Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me? Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out on this blessed but dreary day to join us in celebrating the culmination of our student teachers and preparing them to be paired with an in-service teacher. Because finishing right now is just the beginning. And we want them to be more than successful, more than effective teachers, more than those who will lead our future. So we welcome you to this, our pinning ceremony, and we thank you for coming out. Again, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I am Autumn Sims, a middle grades education major, and tonight I have been given the honor of introducing our keynote speaker. Not only have I been given the opportunity to introduce him, I have gotten a chance to work with him during my student teaching experience. Through my experience, I have seen his hard work and dedication he's put not only in education, but also toward his students and the betterment of their education. He has shown what teamwork or synergy is all about. I have learned along the way that where there is no order, there is chaos. With his support and his encouraging words, he always reminded us, don't jump ships. He has created a foundation for many young scholars to strive and achieve their full potential. With the help and support from his amazing teachers and his partner, Ms. Harvey, Dr. Davis created an environment where we were more than just educators, we were a family. Dr. John I. Davis III is married to the lovely Remonica D. Davis, and they have two beautiful daughters together, Janiyah, 10, and Jaya, 5. He is the son of Doctors John and Iris Davis, and he has 4 brothers. He resides in Albany, Georgia, where he works as a school administrator in the Dougherty County school system. He has worked with the Dougherty County school system for the past 14 years as a teacher, basketball coach, teacher trainer, and administrator. He has been instrumental in establishing the Department of Instructional Specialists in the Dougherty County system. Working as an assistant head of school at International Studies Elementary Charter School and working in the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. He is currently the principal of Robert Harvey Elementary School. Having received training from some of the nationally recognized organizations, his skills and passion for teaching and learning has been heightened. Under his leadership, Robert Harvey Elementary School has experienced a 9.1-year increase in CCRPI scores. The school name change and community perception has been affected positively as measured through the climate stars and surveys. He is a member of the 2018 Leadership Albany cohort, and he aspires to continue to grow professionally as well as spiritually. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. With a vision for teaching and learning, he believes that you are to teach children how to think and not what to think. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Dr. John I. Davis III.
Good evening. Well, wait a minute. I've worked all day, and I think some of you have too, and I don't want this to be a drain. Good evening. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm going to give you a couple of prefaces about myself, hopefully to help us lighten up a little bit. One is I am a minister, and so that means I get 3 chances to close my message. Yeah, I get 3 chances to say I'm at the end, but I'm really not there. So hold me to that. Dr. Washington told me I had about 2 hours to speak. Is that correct? Okay, all right, you coming on with me now. It makes it hard to speak, you know, and everybody looking at you like it's kind of deep. Let me say thank you to Miss Sims, and I mentioned to her as she was coming off stage that I didn't write that first part. I don't know where that first part comes from, but thank you, Miss Sims, for adding that in. As she's told you a little bit about myself. I talked with my colleagues once Dr. Washington asked me about coming because I didn't want to just, Google some things. We can all Google some things and, leave some good statistics out, tell you some things to look forward to. And I ran back in my mind to not only college graduation, but high school graduation and, master's graduation and even doctoral graduation. And to my disheartened remembrance, I don't remember what the speakers talked about. I challenge you to run in your mind, see if you can remember the topic or what they talked about. So the 21 keys to being a successful educator, the 17 points of this, I said, well, no, that's not the direction I want to take. So Dr. Washington said, well, share with them some of your experiences and something, that you've learned along the way. And I began to ramble in my mind and, jot things down and take notes and type out, as we all do. And that didn't quite work for me either. So I said, well, Lord, you got to tell me what needs to be said to these wonderful people who have worked so diligently to make it here. And so just one or two things I want to leave, and I'll be closed. That's time number one, from you. And so one of the things I have learned just from education, and please take this with you through your journey, not just the first year or the second year. But in education, we have a tough battle to fight, especially in the world of public education. And there is nothing we can buy. There's nothing we can purchase. There is nothing we can find that replaces an individual who cares about children. No computerized program. I'm all for technology, as you heard in my introduction. I think it helps. I think it has its place. I was with Sheriff Spruill on last night, and he mentioned something that pricked my heart. He said a survey was given to teenagers in 1970. And they asked the teenagers, what were the biggest three influences of your life? And they mentioned home, church, school. Those were the biggest three influences in a kid's life in 1970. They did that same survey in 2015, and asked students what were the biggest three influences, and the biggest three were social media, peer influence, and then school. So you talk about a different child, a different time, a different day, a different generation. If that doesn't speak it, I don't know what does. At our school, we have many challenges, many things to face, and nothing beats that one person who cares about children. So if you forget my name, forget what school I come from, forget my jokes, I thought they were funny, but remember, nothing replaces somebody who cares about children. We can spend extensive amount of money on software, but if we don't have people that care about children, care about those that we serve, our work doesn't get done. Our work doesn't get done. I'm about to close, time number 2. And I wanted to leave you with something, and I really am about to close because I didn't want to be long, because tonight is about you. It's not about me saying some eloquent words or whatnot, but it's really just to tell you congratulations and best wishes to you and where you go. And so Dr. Washington asked me to share that experience. So that's one of my biggest takeaways as an administrator is if you can get good people, you can get good things done. And the second thing she said is leave them something inspiring, something that would push, motivate, encourage. Many college graduates sometimes work in other fields. They don't stay in their fields. We have many teachers at our schools who don't have education degrees, but they got education certifications, career changes, so forth and so on. And so the other morning I was heading to work, and I don't mean to be offensive, but I do believe in a higher being. But I was heading to work, and I was praying and meditating, whatever else you want to call it, devotion, inspiration. And I started to say, Lord, we got to do something. We have students, issues, parents. You cut on the news, you got problems, you got, unruly people, terrorists, killings. I think Albany is on number 22, murder, which is so sad. So much going on. I said, God, you got to do something. 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 Teacher problems, you got to do something. Come on, y'all have problems too. You got to do something. You got to do something. You got to do something. And in the midst of that prayer, it hit me that something has already been done. And I say, well, what? Somebody ought to tell me what that something is, because I don't see it. And it hit me that you were created. I said, okay. So I began to look at the problems, and I say, Lord, we got student problems, but I'm here. Lord, we got parent problems, but I'm here. Lord, we got all these different concerns, but I'm here. If I was to take the time to talk with each of you, many of you would probably tell me you shouldn't be sitting there. Overcome so many obstacles, barriers, financial aid. Somebody told you wouldn't do it. That last paper about took you out. Student teaching, something happened. But just to inspire you as you go on, whatever problems you have to face, they may not be education related. They may be family related. You got to see about a sick mother, sick brother, auntie, cousin, uncle, whatever that is. Know that you were created. You were created. And it's a child somewhere that needs you. That needs you. I can't replace you. They need you. And if you look at the challenge and face it head on and say, you know what? That's why I'm here. I think we can make a difference in our education society. Time number 3. I'm about to close. So as I take my seat, I want to tell you congratulations. I want to tell you that the work is hard, but it's very rewarding. It is very rewarding. It is very fulfilling. I would like to say if there's anything we could do to help you from Dougherty County School System on behalf of our superintendent, Mr. Kenneth Dyer, please don't hesitate to let us know, because divided we fall, but together we shall stand. So congratulations, congratulations, and may God continue to bless you.
We thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to share with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. The Early Childhood Education Program of Study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach all academic content areas to young children, grades pre-K through 5th. Each candidate will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in Early Childhood Education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Will all early education candidates please come forward and come to my left to the stage? Will those individuals who will pin the candidate please come to the right of the stage? Jennifer Boatwright was assigned to Hoboken Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher was Mrs. Melissa Harper. Her university supervisor was Dr. Linda Perry Simpson, and she is pinned by Mrs. Melissa Harper. Next, we have Miracle Durham-Davis. She was assigned to Live Oak Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher was Dr. Keisha Young-Brown. Her university supervisor was Dr. Deshaunara Crowley. Miracle is being pinned by Dr. Keisha Young-Brown.
Thank you. Next, we have Ella Brown. Her school assignment was Golden Owls Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher, Ms. Treywick. Her university supervisor, Ms. Williams. Ella Brown is pinned by Mr. Lewis Brown. Our next early childhood pending candidate is Ms. Karen Carter. Ms. Karen Carter, student taught at Radham Springs Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher, Ms. Maria Jackson. Her university supervisor, Ms. Barbara Williams. Ms. Karen Carter is penned by Ms. Maria Jackson. Our next pending candidate is Ms. Stephanie Kicklighter. Ms. Stephanie Kicklighter, student taught at Blackshear Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher, Ms. Natasha Carter. Dr. Linda Perry Simpson was her university supervisor. Ms. Stephanie Kicklighter is penned by Ms. Natasha Carter. Next, we have Miss Sierra Mance. Miss Sierra Mance, student taught at Live Oak Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher, Miss Angela Hill. Dr. Deshauna Crawley was her university supervisor. Sierra Mance is penned by Miss Angela Hill. Our next pending candidate is Martin Douglas Pugh III. His school assignment, Seminole County Elementary School. His cooperating teacher, Miss McCaven. His university supervisor, Miss Hicks. Martin Pugh III is penned by Jenny Vicks. Next, we have Miss Alicia Turner, who's student taught at Seminole County Elementary School. Her cooperating teacher, Miss Rachel, her university supervisor, Miss Vicks. Miss Alicia Turner is penned by Dr. Medlin. Miss Deshauna Crawley will pin Miss Alicia Turner. Next, we have Miss Catherine Pulley.
She'll be pinned by Ms. Hicks.
She will be pinned by Miss Vicks. She's student taught at Southside Elementary School. That concludes all the pending candidates for the early childhood education majors. Please give a round of applause.
You're free to go.
The Middle Grades Education Program of Study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach in two of the following academic content areas: English, mathematics, science, or social science. 4th through 8th grade. Each candidate will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in middle grades education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in middle grades education. Will all middle grades education candidates please come forward and come to my left of the stage? Will those individuals who will pin the candidate please come to my right of the stage? The first candidate who will be recognized for pinning is Miss Algeria Gamage. She is the student who received the highest GPA in the middle grades program among the graduating class. Her cooperating teacher was Mrs. Brenda Wilcox. Her university supervisor was Dr. Anthony Awusu-Ansah, and Miss Gamage is penned by Mrs. Brenda Wilcox, her cooperating teacher. Our next candidate is Jennifer Freeman. Jennifer Freeman completed her student teaching assignment at Radiant Springs Magnet Middle School. Jennifer's cooperating teacher was Ms. Carla Turner. Her university supervisor, Dr. Madeline. Ms. Jennifer Freeman is being penned by her cooperating teacher, Ms. Carla Turner. Our next student teaching candidate is Brunette Luisius. Brunette was assigned Mary Acres Middle School. Her cooperating teacher is Ms. Williams. Her university supervisor, Dr. Tony. Brunette Luisius is being penned by Dr. DeQueer. Candidate is Autumn Sims. Autumn Sims completed her student teaching at Robert Harvey Elementary. Autumn worked with her cooperating teacher, Ms. Regina King, and her university supervisor, Dr. Washington. Autumn Sims is being penned by her cooperating teacher, Ms. Regina King. This concludes all of our middle grades education majors. Please give them one more round of applause.
The music education programs of study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach general, vocal, or instrumental music, grades pre-K through 12. Each candidate will receive the Bachelor of Arts degree in music education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in music education. Will the music education candidates please come forward and come to the left of the stage? Those individuals who will pin the candidate, please come to the right. Ms. Whitney Greer is our first candidate. With a degree in music education, her school assignment was Lincoln Elementary Magnet School. Her cooperating teacher was Dr. Christopher Henley. University supervisor, yours truly, Marcia Hood. Ms. Greer is pinned by her cooperating teacher, Dr. Christopher Henley.
Our next student teaching candidate is Mr. Jimmy Jux. His school assignment was Westover High School. His cooperating teacher was Mr. Jason Hine. His university supervisor was Dr. Marcia Hood, and he'll be getting pinned by Dr. Martin. Read this. Read this. Thank you.
Good evening. I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight's pinning ceremony. My name is Catherine Harrell, and I was asked to speak to you all about my personal experience in the education program here at Albany State. I am what one would consider a non-traditional student. I attended all of my courses in the evenings at the Cairo campus or at home online. Many have asked me if I could do this again, would I still attend the off-campus program? And my answer is yes. I know what some of you may be thinking. Why? Main campus offers more courses, professors, classrooms, technology and resources, extracurricular events, and a much larger and more diverse student body. The opportunities on main campus are endless. All of this is true, but for me personally, my opportunities have been endless at the Cairo campus. These opportunities would not have been possible if it were not for two major factors. Those factors were my professors and my peers. Being a part of a smaller campus, there weren't many professors available. This meant that I would have a professor multiple times throughout the program. My professors did not only know me by face, but they knew me by name. They knew about my life outside of just being a student, and they truly cared about my success. I was able to build relationships with them that were centered around trust and respect. Having some professors 3 and 4 times definitely made a difference in my confidence. I was never nervous to ask questions, participate in discussions, or give presentations. Because of my confident level, I was able to take each class with an open mind, a willingness to learn, and the respect of their criticism. These professors were not just doing their job. They were molding me into who I am today. Because of our smaller environment, I was able to partake in many hands-on and one-on-one opportunities. Because of all my professors' hard work and dedication, I was prepared in passing my exit GACE. I was prepared when it came to completing and passing EdTPA, and I was given the skills to be successful in an interview. Because of all this, I can officially say that I have already accepted a job as a kindergarten teacher, and I know without the support of my professors, I would not have been blessed with this opportunity. Because of them, I'm not only a better teacher, but a better person. My classmates played a vital role in my experience throughout the program. There wasn't many of us, but that was a true blessing. They began as my peers, but became lifelong friends. Even though we were all different and we came from different backgrounds, we at least had one thing in common, and that was the dream we were all chasing. That alone was enough to connect us on many levels. Spending the majority of our times together, we became extremely comfortable with one another, and this helped create the ability to be open-minded to new ideas and new teaching styles. We each learned something from one another. We built one another up, gave our advice and opinions to help make the next person better, and always respected one another. If it was not for their support, I'm not sure where I would be. This program is not for the weak, and at times it makes you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and just plain crazy. Having the friendships I had with my peers made those crazy moments, like the meltdowns, the letdowns, and the celebrations, more bearable. Knowing I was going through each obstacle with a group of wonderful people motivated me that much more. Therefore, to those classmates, I thank you. When I think of my experience as a whole, one word comes to mind, and that is family. Every day I will be grateful for the time in the off-campus program. I was more than a statistic, or more than just another face in the classroom. Being a part of this campus means being part of a family. I was introduced to many people in this profession and made wonderful connections that will benefit me for the rest of my life. I thank God every day for providing me with the necessities needed to be the best teacher I can be. I thank God for placing these people in my path and blessing me in more ways than one. I thank God for giving my family, especially my husband, the patience to deal with me on my most emotional EdTPA days. And lastly, I thank God that I am done and I am blessed to be moving on to the next chapter of my life. In the words of Dr. Seuss, oh, the places you will go. Wherever those places may be, the values and principles I've learned here at Albany State, I will take them with me. Thank you.
Good evening. Man, I promise, she's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. I promise my violin skills are way better than my rapping skills. In fact, the last time I was on the stage, that's what I was doing. And it ended with me walking off because I was frustrated that things didn't go according to my plan. Since then, I am proud to say that I realized that God's plan is much greater than my own. My college experience can be summed up on one hand. It lasted all of 5 years. I changed my major 4 times. I had 3 best friends who were with me. It's still with me since freshman year. Wouldn't have been possible without 2 parents who loved, supported me, and gave me no other option. And ended with me meeting the most important person I needed to know, me. The details of my college experience is a testimony, and it's one that you'll have to pay for one day. But I will leave you with this. I've been told no several times, had doors shut in my face, been counted out, gone through experiences that have challenged me mentally, physically, and spiritually. I clung onto my faith in God, and He is honestly the one who has gotten me through this whole experience. Every obstacle He put in my path was there for me to learn and grow from, and ended with me realizing my potential. Graduates, do you feel like you've realized your potential here at ASU? Good, that's what they wanted you to do. For me, it happened when I started getting involved in the community. I realized that I loved mentoring, and I even started my own mentoring program in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. You see, education is a field that you have to be called by God to do. Nelson Mandela believed that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. I truly believe in that quote, and I believe that together we have the skills, the courage, and the passion to do so. To my fellow educators, always remember that God called you to this field for a reason. You have a purpose, and it's divine. Be yourself and know that that is good enough. Live in your truth and always provide the best version of yourself. Instill in your students the importance and opportunities that getting an education provides to them. Make sure that you are showing your students how to enjoy learning. Differentiate, differentiate, differentiate. Had to add that in there. Make sure that you are encouraging your students' creativity because Aristotle believed it to be the most important leadership skill. Teach them about the law of attraction so that they know they can truly do anything they put their mind to. We have worked so hard and paid so much money to be here at this point. We have been blessed and guided by the lovely men and women of the College of Education. Thank you all for believing in our dreams. We cannot thank you enough for your time, hard work, and dedication to each and every one of us. I truly view you all as angels. Thank you to my middle grades education family who stuck with me the entire way. We made it. Congratulations. Thank you to Ms. Turner and the rest of my Radium Springs family for the experience and the support. Thank you to all our families and friends for everything you have done for us, but a special shout out to my family. In the end, congratulations. I wish you all nothing but peace, happiness, and love. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Kickwater. I completed my student teaching experience at Blackshear Elementary in Blackshear, Georgia. I have been asked to give a brief reflection of my experience. I could tell you how stressful the FTPA was, or how many countless hours I spent writing lesson plans and recording the perfect lesson plan. And though those things were a part of my experience, they are not the important parts. Instead, I would like to tell you what becoming a teacher was really about for me. Teaching is giving an extremely shy student the confidence to allow her voice to be heard. It is teaching a young man that doing his best in the classroom is just as important as doing his best on the football field. Teaching is loving a student from a broken home and providing them with a safe, stable place to come each day. Assuring them that no matter what awaits them at home, when he or she is with me, they are safe and loved. As a teacher, you're a mom, sometimes a dad, a mentor, a counselor, a friend, and yes, sometimes a referee. My experience was more than lesson plans, videos, and the dreaded EdTPA. It was more than teaching students how to write a persuasive essay, develop a higher fluency rate, or improve their reading comprehension. It was about making a difference in the lives of some extraordinary students, teaching them to love and believe in themselves, to push them to become the scholars I knew they could be. It was an unforgettable experience. And I would like to close with the following quote given to me by one of my students. A teacher plants seeds that grow forever. May we all remember to water the seeds planted by a teacher. And I pray that the seeds I have planted this semester will grow and flourish. Congratulations.
At this point in the program, we will bring up the candidates that have exhibit SWAG. And SWAG stands for Students with Academic Greatness. So as I call your name, come across the stage and I have something for you. And remain on the stage. Miss Boatwright, Jennifer Boatwright. You call names, I give out bags, and you want to give out bags. It doesn't matter. Call names, I'm good with that.
Kelsey Bush is not with us this evening, but we need to call her name. Karen Carter. Miracle Durham-Davis. Kelsey Bush had the highest GPA in early childhood education, followed by Ms. Durham-Davis. Stephanie Kickliner. Sierra Mance. Catherine Pulley. Alicia Turner. Jennifer Freeman. Jennifer had the highest GPA in middle grades education. Oh, I'm sorry, Algeria Gamage had the highest GPA in middle grades. Brunette Lucius. Whitney Greer. Whitney Greer had the highest GPA in music education.
They're free to go. Okay, y'all go sit down now.
All right, thank you.
Picture real quick. Thank you.
Now we have closing remarks by our Dean, Rhonda Porter.
I'll get your bag right after this, promise.
All right, good evening. Congratulations to all our graduates. Give them a hand. Give them another hand. At this time, we're going to give friends in the support system a hand. So yay for everybody. To the graduates, briefly before we leave, welcome to the best field ever. You are now a teacher. And not only do you have the support of the person who pinned you, but you have the entire College of Education just waiting to help and support you. If you need anything or need to ask us any kinds of questions, please reach out to us because we're here and we're here to support you. I know that you have chosen an honorable, challenging, and rewarding field. There is potential in the salary. It grows over time. Over time, it will increase, or it will increase with a graduate degree. All right, commercial time. Remember, come back to Albany State. We have master's degrees in early childhood, middle grade, special ed, secondary ed programs, counseling, and educational leadership. So please come back. I just would like to thank everybody before I give the closing remarks here. So I want to thank the faculty and staff in the College of Education. Please stand. Thank you. I would like to especially thank Dr. Washington, who is actually under the weather. I would like to thank Dr. Crawley and Mrs. Fleming for all of their hard work in putting this program together. I would like to thank Dr. Davis for his inspirational speech, and I would like to reiterate his shared quote: "Nothing replaces a person who cares about children. Nothing replaces that person." And that you all were created to help a child somewhere, someday. And so remember that as you go into your field, you are there for a purpose. You have a purpose. And we really want you to develop those young minds and make a difference. Final reminders, we have the graduation ceremony tomorrow. What time are you to be there? 7:30? 7:35, and what time does the line start? 8:35. So make sure we're all at the Civic Center tomorrow morning for this very memorable occasions. At this time, I would like to thank all of you who were able to come out, and if we have any other administrators, I don't see it at this time, we would like to thank them for sharing this night with us. So at this time,
Congratulations, and we will see you in the morning.